In today's video, we'll go over yet another PlayStation 4 title that you can try for free this weekend. It's of a very recent game that seemingly didn't do all too well commercially, so I can understand why they're offering a free weekend. On top of that, one of the biggest PS4 titles of 2019 hasn't been delayed, but it has had its release date changed. It's actually releasing a week earlier, and that is awesome. Also, Marvel Spider-Man's DLC will be rounding out before the year's up, and we've got the release date for the final piece of DLC. Also, the Danganronpa team will be putting out a brand new game, and it'll be coming in early 2019. And the last thing I want to cover is a couple of great deals available at GameStop right now. We know that they're running their big sale, but I want to pinpoint two great deals that you guys should check out. One of them a little interesting, so we'll give those a mention at the end of this video. First up, you can check out The Crew 2 absolutely free this weekend. You'll be able to play it free today from December 13th to the 16th, and you get a free Gran Turismo S Maserati on December 17th. Now, The Crew 2 was a game that seemed to get a mixed reception. I was actually a big fan of The Crew. I know it had some issues, but I thought what the game was going for was a pretty interesting and ambitious title. The Crew 2 added a lot of depth to the overall gameplay, but seemingly it didn't resonate all too much with gamers, and I was kind of expecting that going in. It's not like the first Crew title was this largely beloved game by everyone. I was a fan of it, but by the majority opinion, it didn't seem like it really resonated all too much with gamers, and I was expecting The Crew 2 to be an absolute commercial flop going into it, and you'd see that right away with how the game was being discounted. It was available for $29.99 like a month or two after release. It was kind of crazy. And now they're offering it free for the weekend to incline some gamers to check it out. Usually with the free weekends, they are coupled in with some sort of sale, so maybe the game will also be discounted if you do want to end up picking it up. But great open world racing options are few and far between on the PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, we don't have Forza Horizon 4. I feel like that's the one game that Xbox has really lacking something to rival it in terms of quality. Forza Horizon is fantastic, and we just don't have that high quality open world racer. Is The Crew 2 that? Absolutely not, but it could be a decent try. And again, you can play it free from December 13th to the 16th. Check it out. Moving on from that, usually we hear a lot about games being delayed, games having their release dates pushed back, development not going well. Well, that's not the case with Metro Exodus, as a tweet was put out by the official Twitter account saying this. Quote, take your first look at the haunting title sequence set to an original score by composer Alexei Omachuk. We're also excited to reveal that we've gone gold and Metro Exodus will now release on February 15th. If you don't know, the game was initially scheduled to be released on February 22nd, they've actually moved the release date up a week. And if you go back a couple months, everybody was pointing towards February 22nd being that day where so many huge titles were going to be released. We had Days Gone, Anthem, and Metro Exodus scheduled to release that day. I don't think this was a case of cooler heads prevailing. I think it was just a case of everything working out. Days Gone needed some more polish, and Sony Ben decided to push that game back until April 26th. Anthem is good to go by February 22nd, and Metro Exodus, it looks like development went really well, and that game will be launching a week ahead of time. February still looks to be a pretty stacked month of game releases, and Metro Exodus will definitely be one of the highlights of that month. I've talked very highly of Metro 2033 and Last Light, and if you somehow have been following this channel and you've not yet checked it out, how many deals have we covered with the Metro Redo collection? Come on, you can get both games for $5.99, and they are tremendous first-person shooters. Of course, they probably won't hold a candle to Metro Exodus. They are a little bit older, but Metro Exodus looks to be raising the bar for the franchise in a huge way, and now we know we'll be getting the game a week early on February 15th. That is super exciting. Moving on from that, Marvel Spider-Man was in my eyes one of the best PlayStation 4 games of the year. I went as far as to say it was the best PlayStation 4 exclusive of the year, and it's been getting some great DLC that's been adding some longevity to the experience. And while I wasn't a big fan of Insomniac announcing DLC before the game was even out, I do have to say the DLC has turned out rather well, and the final piece of DLC in Silver Lining will be out on December 21st. It was also confirmed that it'll be featuring Peter Parker's suit from the upcoming Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse film and the return of Silver Sable. Specifically, here's a tidbit from the PlayStation blog, and this was posted by Ryan Smith, game director of Insomniac Games. Hey everyone, thank you all for your continued and tremendous support of Marvel Spider-Man since its September launch. Since then, we've launched 2 chapters of Marvel Spider-Man: The City That Never Sleeps, the game's DLC, shining the spotlight on Black Cat and Hammerhead. We're thrilled to announce the series will wrap up on December 21st with the release of Marvel Spider-Man Silver Lining. We loved having Silver Sable in Marvel Spider-Man, and we wanted to give players even more time with her. There was also a brand new teaser trailer revealed, and I know there are some of you guys that haven't played the DLC yet because it is kind of a recent release, and some of you guys may have played Marvel Spider-Man and then put it on the back burner as all these other games have released, and you want to jump into the DLC maybe sometime over your winter break. But Silver Lining will of course feature new new missions, new and upgraded enemy and crime types, along with upgraded Hammerhead bases and storyline quests. There will also be new trophies, challenges, and 3 new suits for players to unlock. Now, of course, you can pre-order the DLC for $9.99, but if you do have the bundle, which is available for $24.99, that'll grant you access into all of the DLC content. So again, Marvel Spider-Man Silver Lining, the final piece of DLC rounding out the Spider-Man experience, will be dropping on December 21st. Moving on from that, another game you guys have probably heard me talk very highly about is Danganronpa, and the team that brought you Danganronpa will be bringing you a brand new, very interesting story-driven game in Zanki Zero Last Beginning. This will be coming to the PS4 on March 19th, and here is the About section of the game. From producer Yoshinori Terasawa and game designer Takayuki Sugawara, the creators of the Danganronpa series, comes a new type of survival game, Zanki Zero Last Beginning. Explore ruins, dungeons, and islands in this post-apocalyptic world through the point of view of 8 protagonists fighting for survival while also searching for meaning in their never-ending cycles of life and death. Also want to go over the premise of the story. God created the world in 7 days. It only took 1 for humans to destroy it. Life as we knew it sank to the depths of the sea until yesterday. We do not know this broken world. An earth where ruins drift about with remnants of buildings, cars, traffic lights. Modern civilization was destroyed, becoming nothing more than debris waiting in the sea. New ruins drift one after the other before our very eyes, the survivors who live on one of those decaying islands. It looks to be a pretty mature story, and it once again has that survival theme, although presented in a different way than Danganronpa. It seems like that's what these guys really know how to nail. But again, it also does seem very different than Danganronpa's high school setting. If you play Danganronpa, you're probably on the same boat as me. You're very excited for this game, and if you've yet to play Danganronpa, it's on sale right now. Go check out the 1 and 2 Reload collection at the very least. I believe that's available for $19.99. Those games are awesome, and once you play those, you'll probably get really excited for Zanki Zero Last Beginning. Of course, they do have a more Japanese aesthetic and presentation style, so I do offer you that as a word of caution, but for those of you already familiar with that, you'll probably really dig Danganronpa, and Zanki Zero will probably be a great one. It drops on March 14th. Lastly, I do want to take a look at a couple of great deals available at GameStop right now. They're running a big sale, but I want to specifically spotlight Monster Hunter World as it's down to $19.99. I think that warrants a mention, as we do know that there's going to be a lot of additional content released for the game. And by the way, you can try out the game absolutely free right now as a part of their free trial. If you want a glimpse of what Monster Hunter World is all about, check out that trial. But if you do enjoy what it has to offer, do also pick up the full game. And $19.99 for MH World is really good. I believe when it is on sale on the PlayStation Store, it's $24.99. So you're beating out that price by a little bit over at GameStop. And lastly, GameStop has a pretty hidden listing that was found by someone over at r/PS4 Deals, and there is a Dishonored 2 and Prey 2-pack available for $19.99. Now, this is an awesome deal because when Dishonored 2 is on sale, I believe it's around that $15 price point, maybe a little bit cheaper at $13, but I know for a fact that when Prey is on sale, it is available for $15. So you get Dishonored 2 and Prey, both titles that if you pick them on sale, you'll be getting it for around $30, but with this 2-pack, you get both games for only $20. That means only $10 a pop for Dishonored 2 and Prey, 2 awesome single-player titles. Dishonored 2 was a great follow-up from the original Dishonored, and I think Prey was one of the most underrated games of 2017. Both of these games were done by Arcane Studios, so the collection actually does make a little bit of sense from that end. Some of you guys just might look at this 2-pack as 2 completely random games, but there is some relation to them. And of course, both titles published by Bethesda, but both titles for $19.99, that is a killer deal. Link to that in the description box down below. So that's gonna conclude this video. Again, over this weekend, you can check out The Crew 2 absolutely free. Metro Exodus will be arriving to the PlayStation 4 a week ahead of time on February 15th. Marvel Spider-Man will be getting its final piece of DLC in Silver Lining on December 21st. Zanki Zero: The Last Beginning, the latest game from the guys that did Danganronpa, will be dropping on the PS4 on March 14th, and get a great deal on MH World and Dishonored 2 and Prey, that 2-pack. Links to both of those in the description box down below. And that's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.